Hello and welcome to your reading. As you can see, there are no zodiac signs and no pick a card. This message will only find you if you are a direct vibrational match to this frequency. Now let's see what message you are a vibrational match to today. The Ace of Wands. At the bottom is the Queen of Wands and Hermit. Okay. All right. So I am seeing something incredible happening right here. Okay. Bear with me because what I'm seeing is really freaking cool, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I am seeing right here. First of all, what I am seeing is this. Right here, there's a flame in a crystal bowl. Okay? So that is the concept. It starts off right here as a concept. Okay? Right there, it is a concept. It is contained, it is an idea, it's a concept. Right here, there's a flame right there that is concealed. Okay? It's concealed. And she is getting more information. She's getting more information about that flame that is concealed. Right here, it is not a concept, it is not concealed, and it is open flame. Okay? Now, this is the energy that is directly transpiring in your life right now. But also, I'm getting this energy that this right here, that is now like an open flame, it is a spark, it is not it's not a concept, and it is not a contained system. Okay? It's real. You're seeing it. It's happening. I hope this makes sense. I feel like this is for somebody very, very specific. And in using these words, even if I don't understand it at all, I know that someone is going to, because it's speaking directly to someone. I always know it is directly speaking to someone when what I am saying does not trigger any form of cognitive inspiration or anything. Like it triggers nothing for me, like mentally. And I make no sense to myself. I know I'm then speaking to somebody in their own language. Okay. What I'm also seeing here, what's really, really interesting, is the fact that she has no signal right there. Okay. She's unplugged to reconnect, but she is studying material right there that has to do with signal, that has to do with being connected. Right here, it's plugged in, but to what? It's plugged into nothing. That's an open cord that's plugged in to nothing. So this tells me right here that you have snapped the cord. It was still plugged in, but it was plugged in to nothing. Okay, to nothing. Okay. Right here, you are not connected to anything because you are refinding yourself and you're finding your direction and you are building your identity around your connection with yourself. You're quite literally hidden away here. You're hidden under the blanket. You're not wanting to be perceived by anything. You're not even wanting to be perceived by your spirit guides. This is quite literally just you connected to your own mind, to your own emotions and your own spirit, to listen to where you are leading you first before you even get help from spirit guides, before you even go to the universe with a request that you have. This is your soul connection with you, with your own humanity, and building the person that you want to represent to both your spirit guides and to the co-creator, the universe, before that even. Okay? And then the character that you're building right here, this is your manuscript. It quite literally says main character mode. You are activating your main character mode. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. I'm not getting too much here, but I know that this is going to make sense to somebody. Okay, the Magician. The main thing that I got there was something that was contained, and that was just, it started off as just a concept and it was contained, is now open and it's physical and is IRL, it's in real life, and it's not contained. It's controlled by you, but it's not a concept. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing here in the present moment is the Magician, Judgment, and the Eight of Wands. In the present moment, things are going really, really, really quickly for you. You are sure of it. Like, you are sure that you passed some sort of spiritual alignment test and you have aligned and things are happening very quickly. It's like everything is happening at once. Like everything is occurring right at once. And it's almost like you are rushing to get connection. So it's like you're rushing to plug in your device. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, so what you're doing is this. The way that the physical reality is moving so quickly for you in the present moment, you are constantly needing to recharge your own batteries. Okay? And it's like you're rushing to recharge. You're rushing, let's say you are the device, you are the phone. You're rushing to the socket, you're plugging yourself in, you're resting, you're recouping. And then immediately once you are fully charged, you plug yourself back out and you are rushing into what needs done next. Okay, so this is now this constant loop that you're in. You have created a new cycle for yourself of charging and then acting, charging and then acting, which is a really, really freaking smart action, because it tells me that you are never going to run out of battery. You're never going to run out of creative fuel, because you're always going to be recharging yourself. This is the smartest freaking loop and the smartest cycle that any conscious manifester can be in, because you know the more charged up you are, the more charged up your manifestations are going to be. The more charged up you are, the better signal you're going to have to the universe to request what you want next, to communicate, to co-create. And with the cycle that you're in right now, you don't ever disconnect to a point where you need to reconnect. You're always connected. So for example, let's say a device suddenly loses all of its juice, okay? And the device goes offline, like completely. You got to recharge the device in order for it to boot back on. So the device goes completely off. Sometimes the progress that was made, the work that was unsaved, needs to be restarted because the battery died and it now has to restart again, and sometimes the work is lost. However, if the battery is on 10% and the person realizes, their battery is on 10%, and they quickly run and they connect their battery to the socket, that work is never ever lost. They continue to work, they continue to let the device charge and then continue on their work. So this is a cycle that you have now present day stepped into, where your progress is never going to be lost and your progress is never going to have to be restarted again. As long as this cycle is constantly playing in the background of your reality, then you will never have a moment where you need to restart again. Okay? And for some of you, that is phenomenal news, because as I can see here with Hermit Mode, there were times where you were offline, where you had to restart. There were times where you had to do things manually. Okay? So I'm getting this energy that by you doing this, that is why so many things are currently happening at once. It is because you are taking care of the device. You are taking care of the body. You have created this system where you have a recharging day, where you have moments where you are genuinely going to recharge. Your battery is never going to run empty and unsaved. Your progress is not going to remain unsaved. And then you have Hanged Man at the bottom. So you have Justice, the Queen of Wands, and Hanged Man. And here's now something that is very, very, very interesting. This main character mode that you are building here in the unconscious, that you are starting to form unconscious habits for, and that you are like creating this identity that you are creating, that you are presenting to the universe, to your spirit guides, to everyone, to everything. Now remember, you're doing this unconsciously, so you're not even fully aware that this is something that you are doing. You are aware of this, though. You are aware of your manifestations abilities and the fact that you have just passed some form of alignment test in the present moment. You know you have. That is why things are just going so quickly. And the test of alignment that you've passed was reconnecting your battery and refueling yourself. That was literally the test. So the universe gave you a lot of energy and you started performing and using a lot of that energy. And then you got tired, truly tired, because your battery got drained. And the test was, will this person plug their battery in and let themselves recharge, or are they going to push their limits until the point where the battery now dies and the progress that has been made now has to reboot and has to now restart? Or is this person going to plug in their device before the device shuts off? And you passed the test by plugging in the device 1111. That was the test of alignment. And now the universe knows that it can continuously give you more of your manifestations because you are unconsciously already plugging in your device. You are not letting it shut down. You are not letting the progress made be progress lost, needing to restart. So this character that you're building in the unconscious realm, that you're not even fully aware of that you're building, is now not a concept anymore. It is now quite literally turning into a subconscious alignment. So this is not a concept anymore. It's not something that is an idea that is living in your mind. Your subconscious mind is quite literally aligning you with the identity and changing itself. It is changing itself to form into this identity of this main character, mode. Okay? So suddenly, it's not just an idea anymore. This version of yourself that you're thinking about, that you believe is going to like take over the freaking world if you want to do, this version that can achieve everything and do everything and be everything that you want, this ideal version of you, is not just an idea anymore. It is now being formed as an identity. Okay? It's now becoming real. You truly are being programmed for this. And within this person, this identity that you're forming into, there's a lot of perspective changes that come about this. I actually see you transforming quite a bit, and a lot of the perception that you have right now of yourself and of the world will be transforming. Even if you like some of the ideas and some of the perceptions that you currently have, I see a lot of it actually evolving. Okay, your mental systems and your ideas, your perception, how you view the world, how you view yourself, how you view the universe, how you view your spirit guides, how you view everything that you hold dear in your life is evolving. You are evolving currently. You're in a state of evolution. You have justice right here as well. So with justice right there, you are also negotiating with the universe. You're in almost like you're in a boardroom, and you have 50% of let's say you're 60%, okay? You have like 60% say, and the other, let's say 50 or 40% that the universe has is also in the boardroom. And there's like a negotiation happening. And you're asking the universe, you're like, even though you have your actions is what leads to more, your actions and your consistency is what leads to more of the physical creation of the life that you want. That 40%, or even if you give 50%, that is about what is happening behind the scenes, the behind the scenes alignment for you to be able to take those actions that you need to take on a daily basis. So now you're communicating with your business partner, you're communicating with the universe, and you're like, what perceptions do you need to change? Is there something that you are viewing in a way that isn't correct? Just something perhaps that you're not seeing that you should change about your views. It's like you are allowing this manuscript that you are currently writing for yourself. No, it's not even a manuscript. This is a character build that you're currently writing for yourself. You are allowing it to be edited, and you are putting it in for creative view. You're now showing it to the universe, and you're like, I'm not showing you this because this is a final product. I am showing you this because I am open to you editing it if there's adjustments and if there are edits that needs to be made, because you're able to see everything, even that which I cannot see. You're able to deal with everything that I can't perceive. So is there something in this document that I'm not perceiving in the way that would be most beneficial for me to perceive it in? Is there something that needs editing within this identity that I can edit right now while we're still working with it in the subconscious realm before it's even in the physical? That way, when it comes into the physical, we have already problem solved issues that could come up if it goes through exactly like this. If it goes through 100% like this, are there any blind spots that you're not currently seeing that needs adjustment to even avoid those bottlenecks in the future present moment? And now it's currently loading because this conversation is currently going on between you and the universe in the background, where the universe is now studying the individual that you have created and will be communicating with you regarding that. Okay? And we'll be communicating with you regarding that. So I feel like for the next while, like for the next week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is this energy of editing and of like the universe showing you more things about yourself, perhaps showing you blind spots, perhaps showing you things that could come up in the future that could be avoided right now, and you're editing it in real time. Okay, so this is your reading, and I am offering personal readings. So if you want to book your own slot with me, you can do so by following the instructions in the description box. Bye.